Right, so what we're going to be looking at is how to upload some files onto your Moodle page. So we can see that we're logged in up here.
Yep.
And we're going to have a look at your classes. So we're going to click on, where's your home page? There we go, we've got our classes down here. So we're going to choose a class to do this in.
Back here.
Let's go for 10 gate.
Yep.
Okay, the first thing we have to do is turn editing on. The other thing I want to stress is that we're using Google Chrome. This process that we're doing now only works on Chrome and on Firefox. Cool?
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to put the topics to sleep so that whatever we do can't be seen by students, it can only be seen by us.
Sleep is the only.
Sadly, we can't just turn them all to sleeping, we have to do it the slow way. Now I do this whenever I set up a course because then I can play with it as much as I like without students going, what have you done there? What have you done here? Alright, so one of the first things I would like to show you is how to change topic 1 to being something you're actually learning about. So what's a topic that you do with your gate class?
Megacities.
Megacities. So the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to click on the use default section name. So we want to change its name. So Megacities. Okay, and if you want to have a description and or a photo, we can put it in there. We embed our photos using this. I usually just open...
So is that a what is that?
Just a wee tree. Yep. If we want to put a video, we can put it in there, or we can just paste in a YouTube link, and it'll do that. I would normally, if I want to put a video in there, is open a new tab, open YouTube, have a look for something.
And then put the link.
Yep. And then grab the URL from the top.
Yep.
And then paste it in. So let's do that. Let's go YouTube. Let's go.
For... There's TED Talks Kent Larson. Because we've just used it, but the kids could look at it again, you see.
Well, we're just playing anyway.
Yeah.
So is that the one there?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to open it. It'll start playing. I don't want it to play. I trust that it's the right thing, so I'm going to press pause. I'm just going to click up here.
Yep.
Right click, copy.
Yep.
Come back to this tab.
Yep.
And I'm going to right click, paste. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, it's Control V.
Ah, yeah.
Now I know it's only got the words there, but it actually, when I save this, will show the video.
So the video will play.
They need to press play on it, but yes, it will be there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the whole video now.
Correct. So I'll show you what that looks like. And there we are. Look, the video's there, and they can full screen it if they really want to. Okay. Now there's two ways to upload our resources, but the first thing I'd like to do a heading, because I like to have headings to make it easier to navigate. So I go and I'm going to include a label. And the label is just going to say resources or worksheets or something like that. So let's say it's worksheets. So I'm going to change it to being a heading. Heading 3 is a really nice size for this.
Oh, you got it from here.
From here, so heading 3, whoops, I've taken it off that, heading 3, and I'm just going to write in worksheets. Okay. Or resources, or videos, or whatever you want it to be. And again, I'm just going to save. Every time I do something, I press save.
I think I've not ever done that.
Right, now, under here I can put my worksheets. Now these ones I'm going to embed here are not correct because they are from my laptop, not yours. But all I do there is I look at my documents, and let's go for, it doesn't really matter, I'll grab some of my science ones for year 9. Okay, so I've got some worksheets here, solo task, a pre-test, and an exercise about a worksheet about power stations. I actually prefer to do them as PDFs because then students with Macs can open them. Whereas when they're Words, sometimes they don't have that. But most laptops will open a PDF. So most of these I would actually save. When I'm saving it, go save as and change the file type to PDF. But it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the Word documents in. And I'm just going to pick it up, and when I see that add files here, I let go. It's now there. So adding a file is that easy.
And you, as you get it over here, up pops you, drop it here, and you do.
Now actually, this is a pre-test, so I really want that to be first. So I grab, I'm holding the left mouse button down over this north, south, east, west button,
Yep.
and dragging it
Oh, beautiful.
to there, because that's where I'd really like it to be. Everything will add at the bottom, so if it's not under the correct little heading, you just drag it to where you want it. Because I might have had another label called, and again, heading 3, called homework. Whoops.
So reread homework, yeah.
And so now you'll see when I drag the next resource in, it will be in the wrong place. So I have to move it. So now when I drag in my power stations one, it actually goes there. That's not where I want it. It's actually a worksheet. So I have to drag it above homework. And now we're done. So adding a resource is very easy, but it's also quite cool to have a little introductory video or an introductory picture or some text under the proper name of the topic, like we've got here, to actually make it a bit more interesting.
And I could do that from Google Images. Well, I had to use Chrome and get Google Images, wouldn't I?
Yes. Be careful with copyright with using that. YouTube's okay because it's open source, but be careful with images that they're ones that you are actually allowed to use. So I tend to make my own ones. Take a photograph of something, save it as a document on my computer, and then upload that, because it's always going to be legal, because it's mine. So, now, look, we don't actually want this one. Whoops, I added it and I didn't mean to. If that's the case, a little red button, click it, it checks with you so that you're not going to make a mistake, and it's gone.
Now, these are now lost from my documents?
No, they're in both places.
They're in both places. Cool, cool.
So, they're making an electronic copy in the cloud.
And dropping it in
putting it in there.
Bless its socks.
Okay,
Lovely,
so
jubbly.
that's how we upload something.
And I didn't know about the Chrome thing. That's why it's never worked when I've
Correct.
tried to move things from one place to another.
I believe Internet Explorer 10, which is the new one coming out, I'm not sure when, is going to have that capability. But at the moment, we've got IE 9, so it doesn't. So always use Chrome when you're going to use your Moodle. So just remembering, we had to make sure that we turned editing on before we did any of this. It's good to have a heading and maybe a video that you're going to use in class. And then these are called labels. And I use heading 3 for the font size because I think it's quite a nice size. And then all we've done is dragged those in, and I've made a copy.
And where did I get my labels?
Rightio, that was add an activity or resource.
And up came the typey thing.
And up came all these options.
There was my label.
And labels near the bottom.
But the actual typing of it.
Right, so once I click on it and go add,
up came a...
And you just have to be patient with it sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. And then I get this writing ability.
Yep.
Cool.
Now let's say you've got a video that you want to embed. So it's a video of, say, you talking about something or the students having a debate about something. That's saved on your computer, and then you can actually insert it this way. Find, and then you choose the file, and I don't have any videos at the moment. Well, I don't think I do. Maybe I do. There we go. And I upload that file. That's when I've asked the author permission to use. And I insert. And there it is. Nice. Now, again, it only shows it as text, but when I save it, it'll be there.
It'll be there.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't want it.
But I could just as easily then embed a video, put 3 questions below it.
Yes. Now that we're looking at something we'll look at probably in a later time. That would be as a forum or an assignment. And they are the more interactive ways to actually use Moodle.
That's what I'd like to do.
But this is a good starting point.
I can get some...
Right, well, I'm going to delete these for you now. So I can
actually put some of my homework sheets on there.
Yes.
So now can I... then the next thing, like I've got a whole bunch of sheets that I've used over the year that I used to photocopy. So my goal is to be photocopy list by the end of the year.
Great.
So I can go to the library, scan those sheets, email them to myself, obviously.
Yes.
And then save them in my documents. They're there for a
with a title that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, yes, embed them in here.
Go through that process to embed them.
Under worksheets, because that's what you're going to do in class. Here's the worksheets and assignments and stuff that you want them to do for homework. I mean, these are nice, simple headings.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Well, I'm about to start giving the kids skills homework sheets before the end of the year, practice, for the exam. So there'll be a couple on, graphing and one on mapping and stuff. So, yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
And if I put in a sheet that says, because that's the next problem, and that might be next week as well, though. If I put in a sheet that says, mark these places on the map.
There is a way to do that.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
Okay, for that we'd be looking at a thing called hot potatoes,
really nice.
hot pot. I can show you how to use that for what you just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think that if that's your highest priority, we could do that next week.
Yeah.
But I think we need to sort of do one thing per week.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Cool.
The other things that I'd like to show you is how to do an assignment, how to do a hot potatoes activity, which is the drag and drop, and how to do a forum. Because I think they're the big
Forums
three.
are great. Well, for the bright kids, they're not so good for the unable kids because they can't even have a conversation about those things.
Interestingly, I found with my science class they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Once they practice.
Ability is nothing, because you can just make a one-sentence statement, and then other students start giving their opinions.
Oh, okay.
So if you teach them to treat it a bit like a Facebook thread, that anything they say is valuable, as long as it's not a sup or anything like that. As long as you tell them to add something valuable, that they really truly believe, then it's everyone's got an opinion.
Because one of the Angus said yesterday something like all those Chinese people are coming to buy all our land, and we had a really good class discussion about it. So maybe if he was free just to say that,
then others could say whether they agree or
really
disagree in a
racist,
way.
of course, yeah.
And I mean, I teach Angus as well, and he's used forums really well in science.
Oh, good.
So he's been one of my better contributors. So he likes to have his likes to be able to express his opinion.
He does, and I don't knock him for it.
And he's one of those students who actually listens to other people's opinions, which is really cool. So he's happy to be proven wrong.
That's cool. That's a groovy thing.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll stop that now.